Good evening, everyone. If anyone in the audience required a headset for Spanish translation, please raise your hand and a device will be provided to you. Buenas tardes a todos. Si alguien en la audiencia requiere algunos audífonos para que se les traduzca al español, por favor levante la mano y se les va a proveer un dispositivo. Gracias. Welcome everyone to the Palm Springs Unified School District regular meeting at the Board of Education. Today is June 24, 2025. I will now call the meeting to order. Can I get the roll call, please?
Member Cornett? Here. Member Girardi?
Here.
Member Irvin?
Here.
Clerk Jarrell? Here. And Board President Espericueta.
Here. Item 6B is the pledge of the allegiance and will be led by Claire Girel.
Stand, please. Hand on your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Item 6C, I will now read our mission statement in English and Spanish. All members at the Palm Springs Unified School District are united in our commitment to equity. We create deep, meaningful learning opportunities, build professionalism, and engage parents and community to ensure success for all students. All students graduate with the skills, capacity, and confidence needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world. Ahora en español. Todos los miembros del Distrito Escolar Unificado de Palm Springs están unidos en nuestro compromiso con la equidad. Creamos oportunidades de aprendizaje profundas y significativas. Creamos profesionalismo e involucramos a los padres y a la comunidad para garantizar el éxito de todos los estudiantes. Todos los estudiantes se gradúan con las habilidades, capacidades y confianza necesaria para tener éxito en un mundo en cambio rápido. Gracias. Next item is item 6D. Our land acknowledgement will be read by Claire Girel.
Land acknowledgement. The Palm Springs Unified School District acknowledges the Cahuilla as the original stewards of the land on which the Palm Springs Unified School District facilities now sit. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work with the indigenous people in this place. We pay our respect to the Cahuilla people past, present, and emerging who have been here since time immemorial.
Thank you, Claire Girel. And item 7 is report of closed session action. Claire Girel, are there any closed session action to report?
Board President Espericueta, there are no closed session actions to report.
Thank you. Item A is approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Move for approval.
Second.
Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 9A, approval of minutes for June 10, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes, please?
Move for approval.
I get a second.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 10 is the public comments. Claire Girel, have we received any electronic comments?
Board President Espericueta, we have received no electronic comments.
Thank you. Now we move to in-person comments. In-person comments. All comments are to be directed to the board, be under 3 minutes, and shall be devoid of any personal attacks. Members of the public are expected to maintain a professional, courteous decorum during public comments. Board members do not respond to public comments. And we have some comments in person. I will start to call into the front Matt Franz.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. My name is Matt Franz, and I'm a co-owner of Chill Vibes and Slides. We're a local small business based in the Coachella Valley. My family's been blessed by the opportunity of the ELOP program, and just wanted to say thank you for the board in approving these life-changing programs and the experiences that it provides. The program has blessed my family and my business many times over. I really believe that real success is found in relationships and the positive impacts that we can have on one another. After high school, I left the desert to live in San Diego, Orange County, went to Cal State San Marcos, and then I became a mortgage banker. Being that, it allows me to see into hundreds of Americans' lives and finances every day. And because of that, I realize how little our valley really is. And I just want to say thank you to ELOP for the events that are provided to the children. They may not realize it, but all of us that work with ELOP, we're creating core memories for these children. So again, I just want to thank you guys for your continued support in the community. And I want to thank the executive cabinet for supporting and contributing to the success of the children. And also Amber, the director of ELOP, for her commitment to the students and the families of the Palm Springs Unified School District. And lastly, to the Pack House at Aziz Farms. They continue to provide opportunities to a lot of us and in participating in these events. And thank you for teaching me to be better every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Franz.
Thank you, Mr. Franz.
We pass to you. Next one is Samantha Ware.
Good evening. My name is Samantha Ward. I am the owner of Exquisite Desserts Bakery in Palm Desert, California. I've been in business now for 25 years here in the Coachella Valley. I want to extend my deepest gratitude and thanks to the board members and the executive cabinet for their support, continued support of the ELOP program. I've been blessed numerous times to participate in events at the Pack House at Aziz Farms. This most recent one, we've created a superfood vegan gluten-free granola bar that the kids are enjoying decorating with chocolate on these water days that the Palm Springs Unified School District and Desert Sands School District kids have been coming through for 6-7 days now, and I think we have 5 more to go. I just have to tell you that I heard one kid today exclaim, "Best day ever," and to watch them have so much fun and to learn doing field trips about the farm has just been such a wonderful opportunity. This business has given me a chance for the last couple years to participate in doing cookie boxes for the kids that are put in the produce boxes that the kids get to take home. And I just want to extend my deepest thanks and gratitude to you all for supporting the ELOP program, and to Amber for her continued dedication to the families of Palm Springs and the children. Thank you so much. I also brought samples of the granola bars for the board members and anyone else who would like to try. The kids have been giving them rave reviews, as have the teachers. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Jody Smith.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Jody Smith. I am one of the owners of Cali Rosina. We're a tea and chocolate shop located in La Quinta, California. Well, obviously, California. We're just 15 minutes away from the pack house at Aziz Farms, and I'd like to say thank you to all the board members for approving a unique and priceless experience provided by the expanded Learning Opportunities Program. I'm a little nervous. We very much appreciate Amber and the Director of Expanded Learning Opportunities for her commitment to the students and families of the Palm Springs School District, and also to Aziz Farms. They have, because of this program, we were able to share what we do best, which is tea and chocolate, and we really get to experience with the children, showing them what an actual cacao bean looks like, and where chocolate, they're drinking and sipping real hot chocolate, and they're experiencing something really new and amazing. And I just really, the whole experience for us has been a huge experience. We have the opportunity to share outside of the shop and on a farm. This is a great journey that we take together in raising awareness in children and how food comes to our plates and what actually it takes to continue. This experience brings people through our doors that might have never have experienced us otherwise. So for that, I'm really grateful. We look forward to working alongside our community to uphold their commitment to one another through action and integrity. And thank you for supporting an integral program that gives children and families the ability to experience tangible aspects of cultivating food and growing knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Alicia Working.
Hi, good evening. My name is Alicia Wilkins. I'm coming as a parent tonight and part of the National Charity League of the Coachella Valley. My daughters are both part of the ELOP program in a different way. They've partnered with Aziz Farms, and they actually work and volunteer some of their time out at the farm to help all of the children that are coming through in these very unique experiences. My daughters are, one has just graduated from high school in the Valley, and another one is a junior at Palm Desert High School, and they're being given the opportunity and being allowed to work and learn some wonderful qualities about working in this community, partnering with the farms. Aziz Farms and all of their staff have been amazing. The ELOP program has taught my daughters work ethic, working with children from all different economic statuses, all different parts of our beautiful valley, bringing all these wonderful water days. They've worked the cultural festivals, they've worked the Coachella festival parties that they have out there, and they've learned that these children are coming and wanting to spend a beautiful summer afternoon learning all about our wonderful desert. You've heard from some of the vendors today that are donating some of their time and offering some of their time, and I just wanted to tell you from a parental perspective, we're really teaching our youth in our valley how to dig in and help some of these amazing students that are coming through. So I also want to thank the ELOP program and Amber and everybody who's supporting this, and to Aziz Farms, another personal thank you for being so wonderful to my children and teaching them some valuable life skills as they grow and remember their time in this valley. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Alicia. Next is Cristina Jimenez Adams.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christina Jimenez Adams, and I am the owner of Petite B Events, a local small business to the Valley. And I am absolutely having a full circle moment as an alumni of the Palm Springs Unified School District. And at the age of 4 years old, just back there at Agua Caliente Elementary School, I learned through a program much like the ELOP program how to sew a pillow. I don't do much sewing anymore, but it is a memory and a skill that I did keep with me for the rest of my life. And something that I wanted to share with all of you is that this past April, my company had the opportunity to teach the children how to make floral crowns. It was fun. They were able to ask me questions about the pieces that we were utilizing, as well as the seasons that they came from. And so for me, it was an experience to share with them something that I love doing and ultimately teaching them a new skill. So to all of you, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to Ms. Amber also for giving us the opportunity and the leadership by continuously allowing us to share what we do best within the Valley. And also, last but not least, we are so grateful to Aziz Farms, the Pack House, for not only allowing us to teach the children, but to also giving us as a small business the opportunity to flourish and to also establish ourselves within the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Mark Tadros.
Good evening. Thank you, school board. It's really, really amazing to be here. My name is Mark Tadros. I'm the owner of the Pack House at Aziz Farms, and I feel like this is a great opportunity to showcase and highlight the way that public and private sectors can really meet to make an impactful difference in our community. A lot of the local vendors that are here today have had the opportunity to work at camps at our farm. We're in a very unique position at our farm to be the conduit, the hub that can help bring these local vendors together to get to experience new and exciting things with the children and see the local economy prosper. A lot of times as industry, we have a tendency to try and focus on things as far away as possible. Send our students as far away as possible. As a farmer, send our produce as far away as possible, sometimes overlooking what's right here in our own backyard. And Palm Springs Unified has always been such a leader in community engagement, such a leader in connecting business with the actual district. And I really thought it was important tonight to come out and thank the entire school board. Your leadership has really, really led to some really lasting connections, impressions, and it's really changed the trajectory of our business. We've had the opportunity now to have over 12,000 kids visit our farm just this year alone, and Palm Springs has been a leader in that. We've had other districts come as well, and getting the chance for the kids to see the kids' faces and see how much they really enjoy what it is that they're doing out at our farm and to make a farm cool. Kids are excited to go to a farm because of some of these connections that we've been able to make. And without the leadership here of this board, the executive cabinet, and Amber with the ELOP department, some of these opportunities would never be possible. So genuinely, sincerely, I can't thank you all enough for what you've done. And we have 2 more days left, just a heads up, with Palm Springs Unified. There's a water day tomorrow, and there's a water day on Friday. And if any of the board can make it out, we would absolutely love to have you to kind of show you firsthand what some of these kids are experiencing. You guys can see it, hear it, taste it with some of the items that they're having at the farm, and it's just a really, really unique experience firsthand. It's like nothing you've ever seen. So again, thank you so much for your continued support. I can't tell you how much it means to myself, my family, and my company.
Thank you. Next one is Eric Becerril.
Hi, good evening, President, Board. It's great to be here. So I'm actually here. I'm a business owner. My wife is actually a local here, born and raised, and I'm actually coming here to kind of touch a little bit. I won't kind of water down what everybody's already saying. I think it's clear. Mark and his team and Amber, they've done a great job at really incorporating small businesses into what they're doing. The public-private partnership is always so critical with, organizations from the public sector always, being so crucial about how expenditures are done. And so, one of the things is really seeing the connection from our students to agriculture, and that being so critical. It's when you look at the crop report that comes through every year with Riverside County, you're looking at a $1.5 billion industry. It's much more than that. You can see the multiplying factor through the small businesses as these products get produced, manufactured, and then resold or distributed. And so ultimately, this is important for the youth to know that agriculture, it's a really cool thing. There's a lot of really cool aspects to agriculture, and we have a lot of supporting organizations, educational organizations here that back that up. College of the Desert, UCR, CSUSB, and many others. But nonetheless, I wanted to come up here and just kind of share my perspective. It's a great connection, and I grew up in San Bernardino County, went to Redwood Elementary, and I still remember going to that dairy farm. My parents were farm workers, and all of their kids are government workers. So I wanted to share that as just a perspective that it is an impactful thing what these students are doing, and I think that they go above and beyond when they go out there. So wanted to use this as an opportunity to make sure that story's told. Often it kind of goes in the shadows, and we only really see the paper trail, but ultimately it's a really lengthy story, and it's a beautiful story. I really hope you all continue to support this endeavor with some extent or another, but the ELOP program and Amber, along with Pack House at Aziz Farms, have really been a monumental impact to this community, and I think it's crucial from someone that kind of sees all perspectives to at least be able to come here and relay to you my perspective, working with Mark, and really him being more of a mentor, if anything. I met Mark when I was doing my bachelor's, and I'd bug him about different things, and I went through my master's program, I'd bug him about different things. Agriculture was so interesting, and it's just so innovative, and having that farm background was important. But nonetheless, wanted to share those thoughts with you, and again, thank you for supporting that program, and Amber and all of you for all that you do. So thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Jerome Adams. Jerome Adams. Jerome Adams, sorry.
Good evening. Excuse me, I've kind of been, first of all, I want to thank the board, and also before I forget, thank Mark for allowing us to be here. My name is Jerome Adams. I'm the owner operator of Scoops and Sweets. So the reason why I lost my voice for close to the week, to the end of the second week, I would have served 4,000 plus smoothies to kids, staff, and throughout. So I've been laughing and in the sun all day. So usually I'm the guy behind the scenes, but I just wanted to stop by and thank the board. Also thank Mark for our opportunity, and trying to think back. I don't remember when we were younger, we didn't have amazing programs like this, and I just awesome to be a part. It's kind of a full circle moment for me, because I'm kind of a product of the district, growing up in the Desert Sands, then moving to Palm Springs. So it's kind of a full circle moment for me, and I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for allowing this program. Excuse me, and excuse me. Just thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Aaron Aguirre.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use that mic, but I'm good here. Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Gary, and just want to start by saying thank you for having us. Palm Springs Unified School District, ELOP, and Aziz Farms. I just want to say thank you so much for having me a part of everything they've done. I'm part owner of Chill Vibes and Slides. It's a bounce house company that Aziz Farms reach out to us pretty often, and we collaborate with them. And it's been a very, very cool experience to see the kids when we show up to these events, seeing how much fun they're having, and seeing everything that goes into the events, and being part of it has been really amazing for me, my family, and my business partner. And also, being in the perspective of being a disabled business owner, that a lot of things get tough from time to time. You don't know, you can be in certain areas and do certain things in certain times. And that's when I have my business partner, he kind of takes over. But being part of the pack house and showing up, Mark and Nicole have been so huge blessings of being open-armed and, hey, what do you need? How can we help out? And being there is being like, I don't need anything. It's set up, like we're good. And it's really cool to see, because seeing that, I always have the perspective of wheelchair, and seeing and knowing kids that might have some disabilities in the school system, showing up there, I know they have no problems, and it makes me feel really good to be a part of that, and knowing that these kids can have fun just like the rest of the kids. So I want to say a huge thank you for Mark for setting up the farm like that. A huge thank you for the school district and the ELLP system for having me a part of this. It's been really cool to see. It's been amazing to be a part of it. And yeah, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Max Armenta.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Max Armenta. Mi esposo y yo somos dueños de la compañía Armenta Produce, que estamos enfocados en lo que es la agricultura. Y básicamente estamos muy contentos, estamos con Amber y con el programa de ELP, porque gracias a esto, yo tengo 20 años en el Valle y gracias a esto estoy haciendo algo que siempre quise, trabajar en algo que me gustara y ayudar a personas, y estoy contento porque gracias a este programa podemos educar a muchos niños sobre la agricultura, y me gusta mucho ver sus... Oh, ¿tengo que traducir? Ok. ¿Quieres que repita todo? Ok. Mi nombre es Maximiliano Armenta.
Hi, my name is Maximiliano Armenta.
Mi esposo y yo somos dueños de la compañía Armenta Produce,
Wife and I are business owners of Armenta Produce.
que nos enfocamos en todo lo que es agricultura.
We focus on everything that is agriculture.
Y básicamente, y estamos muy contentos también de conocer el programa de ELP,
And we are so happy to know this program, ELP,
a Amber
Amber,
y a Sis Farms.
and Seas Farms.
Porque gracias a eso mi familia y yo, aparte unos 7, 8 familias directa e indirectamente,
Thanks to them, me and my family, and maybe other 8 more families,
Hemos-
directly or indirectly,
hemos sido beneficiados de este programa.
we've been we benefit from this program.
Desde la pandemia hemos batallado mucho,
Since the pandemic, we've been struggling,
pero gracias a Dios ha estado muy bien este programa.
but thank God, this program has been amazing.
Ahorita personas de mi familia,
Now, some people in my family,
uno de mis mejores amigos
one of my best friends,
y amigos que conocí en la pandemia también, que batallamos mucho,
and friends that I also met through the pandemic, and that they also were struggling,
están trabajando conmigo
They are working
distribuyendo
with
fruta y
me.
verdura
distributing fruits and vegetables
en todos los farmers markets, en los field trips.
in every farmers markets and field trips.
Y pues les quiero dar gracias por este programa y muchas gracias a Amber.
And I want to thank you for this program, and also Amber.
Y quiero que sepan que lo hacemos de todo corazón.
And I would like to say that it's just from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias. And the last one is Eric Wilson.
Thank you. Good evening, board members. I'm here again on behalf of Aziz Farms, the pack house. My name is Eric Wilson. I am a business owner. Eric Wilson Designs. I get to design a lot of the things that the students get, and I'm also a farmer. So I spent the last decade farming, and it's been so amazing that my job is to, work with Amber and Mark, and Amber tells me, hey, the kids are going to a slime factory, a fossil museum, and water days, and I get to try to design something that incorporates all of that. And it's been so amazing to see. I'm here not only as a business owner, but also as a parent. My son, he is a student at Rio Vista, and he gets to benefit from these programs. I'm also a Palm Springs Unified alumni, Sunny Sands. yeah. So it's really cool to see this full circle. You know, as a kid, I would never imagine growing up and leaving the desert, getting into agriculture, farming all across California and into Mexico, and then coming back and be able to set roots back in my hometown. I didn't realize I came from a farm town, which we do, and it's been amazing to see the kids' reactions. I get to take them out to the field. They get to pick a carrot, wash it off, eat it right then, and you can kind of see it like, oh, okay, this is how it's meant to be. This is not ordering something at a restaurant. This is really showing the kids where our food comes from. I'd just really like to thank Amber because she has been the cornerstone. Without her, I don't think we'd have a lot of these programs that we have at Aziz Farms. She was the first one that took a chance on us, came up with these wild ideas, and I'd like to thank Mark because it's really fun to work with.
Thank you. Do we have any member of the public who wish to address the Board of Education? No? No more? Okay. Thank you for all of your comments. And now we move to item 11, a special recognition. It's beautiful, I like it. I will move to 11A. The governing board wishes to recognize and commend the following employees of the month for June 2025. We had a few short videos.
We wanted to nominate Mike Sloan. He's our male repro tech. He's our longest serving tech here right now, and he just knows all the positions here, is always ready to put in the extra work, always willing to solve people's problems when they come in. He also would like to just make sure the jobs get done. He takes pride in it, which a lot of districts don't have, so we're appreciative of what he does. Mike has learned every single machine in this shop, has great knowledge and skill set, and also knows how to deal with customers with a rush. If a rush comes in, yeah, we're going to be mad, we're going to be upset, messes up our schedule, but he'll put a smile on, say, yeah, we'll get it done, and he'll do the best he can to get it done. I admire the most about Mike is his willingness to learn and his willingness to always get the job done. Mike inspires me to keep teaching. So if I could keep teaching him things that he's willing to learn, it leaves this shop in a better place if I'm not here or when I am here. Mike, I want you to know that the whole district appreciates your hard work. Everyone speaks highly of you and how customer friendly you are and how much you're willing to get the job done with pride for the district.
So this recognition is for Diana Bustamante, and she is our assistant buyer. Does not take the easy way out. She always enjoys a challenge, even when it's something completely new that she has to learn from scratch. I've seen her, take on the challenge and even say, hey, can I be assigned to that? She comes to work always ready to learn. She likes to say, I am very coachable, and I agree. She always enjoys learning new things, even if it's something that is outside of her wheelhouse. She will do research. Sometimes she comes with me already with a packet of research ready to go. So what I admire from her is the fact that she always comes with a positive attitude. We've had times in the department where we've been down to 3 people So you could imagine that the department was limping along, but she was the one who held it down, and just her attitude of, we can do this, it's a challenge, but we can get it done, really helped out. So Diana, I just want to say thank you for always being there, not only for the team, but for me, whenever I need anything, even if it's something that you have managed to perceive that I haven't seen yet. I really appreciate you working here, and I hope that you'll work here for a very long time, because I will be very sad if you ever leave. But you're just such a good worker. I just know there's all sorts of opportunities and doors waiting out there for you, and I'm happy to help you on your way.
I would like to call to the front, the first one, Diana Bustamante.
I've never seen that. That's great.
I know. Thank you.
Congratulations, Diana.
I love it. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's see him again.
Okay, Diana, anything that you would like to share with your family, your friends?
My name is Diana, and I'd like to thank my family and my friends and coworkers, and again for the district for giving me this opportunity, and I just appreciate everything.
Can you wait right here. And next, I would like to call to the front, Michael Sloan. No.
Somebody knows somebody in reprographics.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Michael, anything that you would like to share with you? No?
Not really, but thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, it's not correct. We need, you can hold both. Okay. There we go. Wait a second. Where are we going to put this? Just, can you put it over your faces? I think it'd be funny. We'll give it to them. Yeah, good job. Yes. Your family, call them up. That is too funny. Go get her.
You want me to call their names?
Voy a anunciar primero.
Oh, okay. Primero.
Van a tomar foto ellos.
Yeah, so let's do one each. I'll do team one. 1, 2, 3. 1,
we move to the next item. Next item is 11B. The governing board wished to recognize and commend the Rancho Miral High School varsity softball team for advancing to the CIF Division 5 regional final. Yeah. Yeah. Can you want to go? Okay. Let me call the roster and coach here. The first one, the coach Abraham Aparicio. Next one is a
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Next is the coach Alex Marquez.
Everybody gets a medal. Thank you.
Coach. Thank you.
Line up that way.
Next coach is Andrea Torres. Not here? Okay. And now we move to the team. I will start with Maria Botley. Mariah Botley. Not here. She is the number 10. The next one, Julia Delgado, number 23.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mija. Oh, sorry.
Is that you, Sabrina?
Yeah, my niece. Yeah. I don't know who is the next one. Giselle Espericueta, number 20. Congratulations.
Mom, your biggest cheerleader. I'll see you next year. Thank you.
Felicidades a todas ustedes. Congratulations. Next one is Anelisa Garcia, number 6. Number 6.
She's the pitcher.
Yeah, you recognize it.
You're the pitcher. Congratulations. You're great.
Congratulations. Yeah. Next one, Alia Marquez, number 2.
We're proud of you. Keep it up.
Congratulations, Alia. Next one is Dayanara Marquez, number 5.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And next is Amia Olvera, number 22. Congratulations, Amia. Maya. And next is Jocelyn Perez.
Great job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next one is Noami Paul. Not here? Okay. Congratulations, Noami. And next, Lilian Rocha, number 1.
Thank you.
You were tough.
Congratulations. Next one is Vanessa Shordia. It's not here? Okay. Congratulations, Vanessa. Vaya. Okay. Next one is Reina Vergara, number 24.
Thank you so much.
And next is the manager, Isaiah Heffer. Not here? Okay. Isaiah Heffer. Is not here? No? Okay, congratulations. And manager, Adia Garcia. Adea is not here. Okay. I'm nervous. I feel very proud and feel that it's an honor for us to have all of you here. And I will ask the coach to share some history or how was your experience in this.
I just want to thank, obviously, everybody who came out to support us this season. Thank our staff, our admin team, from our athletic trainer to Mr. Martinez to the admin in the front office, helping us out, supporting us this season, to our coaching staff, to all our fans, our parents who came out and cheered us on. It was a hard season, a long season, but it was one of our best seasons that we've ever had, and it was a privilege to do with this group. And we're excited about what we're doing at Rancho, and thank you to our coaching staff as well, and to the board for the recognition tonight. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Board, you want to say, your board member would like to say something? No, you're good. Okay. Okay, thank you. And next, the pitcher. Yeah, pitcher.
Okay, so you guys have to line up with this string right here, okay? So, you're gonna choose the middle. Okay, so we need another one on this one.
BC, you want to come in here?
Cool. So, then we need another two right here. And then the people in the back, I want you to your head right.
Can you see ours?
Because they win the first the division, huh?
They won the CIF division first, and then they went into the CIF tournament. But we won the first division was, I think, Division 7, if I remember correctly. The plaque is inside my office right now.
Oh. Okay.
Currently.
Oh, sorry, de veras. Disculpe.
There's two managers.
Vamos a seguir con... No, a las 9 vamos a...
Yeah, we're in discussion.
Hola, amiga. ¿Cómo está?
Hola, Mateo. Muchas gracias. City Council. Thank you, guys.
Por todo lo que hacen.
July.
How many deluxe do we have? Do we have enough? ¿Cuánto tienen?
6. Sí.
Oh my God, perfect.
Ah, oye, ver.
Ella no está,
¿No
vino
está
hoy.
Elsa? Ah,
No vino.
Elsa no está. Lo sigo por el orden de aquí, sí, ¿eh? Elsa...
Sí, nomás la única que no vino es...
La voy a mencionar de todas
bueno,
maneras.
está bien.
Ajá.
Sí, como digo.
Y tú misma, la
Yo,
Ok, está bien.
I'll follow your
Es la única que no sé si- No. Okay, now we move to item 11C. The governing board wish to recognize the following parents for their involvement and engagement in school activities and events. The first parent is Elsa Enriquez from Agua Caliente, DILAC representative. She's not here tonight, but I want to congratulate Elsa Enriquez. Yeah. And next one I would like to call to come to the front is Hilda Faliafaga, Catherine Finchie, DILAC representative. Okay. She's Hilda from Catherine Finchie. Sorry. Elsa. Mhm.
You want to be on her team too?
No.
Thank you. Oh, it's
Next
okay.
one, let me.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The next one is Maribel Cantu, Raymond Creed Middle School, DILAC representative. Maribel. Muchas felicidades, Maribel. Felicidades, felicidades. Next one is Rosalba de Leon, Rancho Mirage High School, DILAC representative. Rosalba. Felicidades. Next one is Isela Nava, Pan Spring High School, Alterno DILAC representative.
you.
Felicidades,
Gracias.
congratulations. And the last is Ruben Torres, Cathedral City High School representative and the LAC president. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ruben. And now, Robin, it's your turn.
I just want to express my thanks to these wonderful parents who have dedicated the entire year to serving our district English Learner Advisory Committee. They have all been standout community members and parents of our multilingual learners. And I'll just share just a little bit of why they're up here. First of all, Miss Hilda Faliafaga, she's our representative from Cahuilla, but she is so much more. She is also in the PTA. She's also providing feedback and working really closely with all of the members of that school. And any school event, you'll see her. She's amazing. She does it all. Miss Maribel Cantu, she's also been such a great component of our development of our LCAP and our vision for PSUSD English language learners, and we're very grateful for her consistency and being present at all of our DLAC meetings. Ms. Rosalba de Leon, we were sharing on the phone just the other day. Sometimes it was just her and Dr. Omier at Rancho Mirage High School holding their ELAC meeting, but they held their ELAC meeting. And she has been such an amazing supporter. And this is her last year with us because her children have now graduated, but we're so grateful for her. Miss Nava, again, another wonderful supporter of our ELAC at Palm Springs High School. She herself picked up the phone, called her fellow parents, fellow community members to bring them to ELAC and really start establishing what that vision at that school site looks like. And I have flowers for Mr. Torres. They're just in my office. But thank you so much, Mr. Torres, for your leadership and just for being such a powerful voice at our District English Learner Advisory Committee meetings. And this year, he was able to draft a statement in support of our anti-hate speech initiative for district-wide. So we're so grateful for his work and for always providing excellent input. And I've said this to them many times, and I'll say it again, I cannot do it alone. And without you, we would fall short. So thank you very much for all of your dedication.
Okay, in the meantime. Should we wait? No, okay.
All right. Thank you for doing this. We need to do it every year. To do it again. We're done? There's your people. Don't forget your people.
Ahora sí. Gracias. Okay, and now we move to item 12, presentation. 12A, Community Facility District Bond Issuance presentation, OE6. Mr. Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Spediqueta. To the board, as you know, we've had a CFD in place for quite a while, waiting on a developer to build enough homes in order to be able to sell the bonds. And now we're at that place where we're ready to sell the bond on the CFD. We have Adam Bauer here from Fieldman to kind of explain the process and why we're doing this and what's going on in the bond market.
Great. Good evening. And once again, my name is Adam Bauer from Fieldman, and we serve as the district's municipal advisor on this matter. And the CFD that you have was formed many years ago. And it is, when I spoke with you a few months ago, one of the things we had talked about was it was very close to having enough development to sell bonds, but wasn't quite there yet. And now, since that time, we thought it might be as early as May, or just a month or so after that. But some of the homes have been developed and have had building permits issued and have continued on that development process. And so that's one factor. Another factor is how the bond market, the investors who buy these bonds, kind of what rates are they loaning at and what does that look like? And so we have a chart here, and this is called the AAA MMD, the municipal market data. AAA is the best rating you can get. And when I met with you several months ago, I talked about this is something we track to see generally how this type of thing will trade and is it acceptable in the market at this point in time. And this is how those lines have gone from the 30-year and the 10-year. And you can see we've had like a lot of financial graphs, some ups and downs. During COVID, you saw all-time lows. That's when the Fed took rates down to nearly zero. And then since then, you've had some inflation. You've also had the Fed funds rates come up. But when you go back to about 2005, we're elevated but not high. So still a very attractive time. The other thing is investors right now are looking for things that have slightly more interest rates or slightly higher interest rates than other types of things. And this is very attractive for them. This is called unrated debt. And so there's a significant amount of demand, and it's been doing very well. We actually priced a deal for Riverside Unified today. That one did well. And then we have Valverde pricing later in the week. So CFD, number one, it was formed in April of 2013. This is it's unusual that a CFD be formed so long ago before it was developed and ready to sell bonds. So this one really has taken some time for the developers to find kind of the right buyers that can build it and eventually sell homes. But this CFD could be a total of 141 units. We have 58 of those units that were developed by Williams Homes. 56 of those were sold to individual homeowners. And when I spoke with you a few months ago, I talked about that being something that's very important. Is we want to make sure, one, this development has shown progress, and two, we have that diversity of ownership. It's not just one or two builders that own all the properties. And so generally the best payers are the ones that are the individual homeowners. And so we have a significant amount of that. The other thing is D.R. Horton, a national builder, one of the largest, has bought the balance, those 83 lots. And I'm going to show you a chart that shows you kind of what lots they actually own. And that's a positive because it's like I said, a national builder that has a good history of building projects like this and much larger projects than this. That last item is probably the most important one, and if this one did not come in on a very high level, I probably would have asked your district staff to pull this item and not move forward. But it came in very high. The district has land secured goals and policies that allow it to issue debt if the value of the property is 3 times the value of the bonds. And in this case, you have 19 to 1. So a much better credit than your minimum standards are required. And from a credit perspective, and when we're selling bonds, this is something very attractive to investors and will help us get low rates. But it also shows the security of this CFD that I feel very comfortable with this type of value that the remaining lots owned by D.R. Horton, they would pay their property taxes and make sure that there was no default or anything like this on this project. So that last bullet point is the most important one of all these. And I told you a moment ago, there's Williams Home and D.R. Horton. Williams Homes are the blue shaded areas, and then the red are the D.R. Horton, and then the non-shaded are individual homeowners. And you can see we also have listed what school boundaries currently encompass this property. Sunny Sands Elementary, James Workman Middle, and then Pacheco Mirage High School. And so you can see there the general project. And what we try to show in this slide is some of the advantages of, so if a developer were to come to the district and say, I want you to form a CFD or community facilities district on my property, and you were to get nothing for it, that's what I talked about a few months ago, is really probably not something worth your time. You have me up here several times. You have to go through the whole formation process, that sort of thing. You have a CFD administrator in the audience that's going to present to you later. That's a lot of work to do if there's no benefit for the district. But there is a significant amount of benefit with this community facilities district and what it brought the district. And as a reminder, when school districts try to build new schools for new developments, there's a pretty severe funding gap. Level 1 or level 2 fees were meant to cover 50% of the development cost. They typically cover between 25 and 30%. The other thing is state matching funds were supposed to cover the other 50, and they typically cover 25 to 30%. And so there's a shortfall between what was intended to be funded and what actually is funded, and a lot of communities use these types of things to fund a difference, and that's what this was set up to do. And let me illustrate the example here. A good portion of the Williams Homes projects would have paid $4.79 a square foot, and a good portion of the D.R. Horton Homes would have paid $5.17 a square foot. But they're all paying $6.99 a square foot. And so you can see that differential there. By having a community facilities district and a mitigation agreement in place, the district was able to achieve a significant amount more funds to help bridge that funding gap, and that's what we're trying to demonstrate there. And down below, we just show some general numbers. If it was all had collected recently, what it would have been, still well below the mitigation amount. And then if we had all the proceeds plus the surplus special taxes, that's what would be available. But there's also some costs to factor in there. At this meeting, I have not talked about that line item called net present value of excess special taxes. When bond investors buy your GOs, those are spread across an enormous number of homes, and it's a very small portion of that homeowner when you just look at that one series of bonds. It's also based on value. So those who pay the most have the highest assessed value. This is different. These are not based on value, and it's a much smaller base. So when investors buy this, they don't get that diversified group of homeowners. They're going to get about 200 homes to secure this, so not nearly as broad as your general obligation bonds. So what investors require when you do something like this, they require a reserve fund for one. That's about 1 year's worth of debt service. And they also require that the revenue or the taxes or special taxes are 10% higher than the principal and interest payment and the administration. Now, the district can levy for that 10% difference and use it for its pay-as-you-go operations. So what we did there is we present valued that number over 35 years or 30 years and showed what that number would aggregate to over that period of time. So it's an additional $612,000 approximately. And so here's a summary of, with the current rates, what the bonds would generate. I want to point out something to you. There's a project fund there, and you're probably noticing that 1.9 doesn't add up to what I've showed you you're getting out of this. And that's okay. We structured a mitigation agreement so that when the developers pull a building permit, they have to post a deposit with you. And the purpose of that deposit is to solve exactly this. If for some reason the bonds don't generate enough to make you whole, you hold back some of their deposits. It's in the agreement. We have a calculation spreadsheet that we hand to the developer, and we work with district staff. We reimburse them for what they entitled to, basically 1.9, and then the district keeps the rest to make sure it's whole. And so that was a way to make sure that no matter how this worked out in the long run, you would always be made whole and got your full mitigation amount from these bonds. So that project fund is lower, but you have COC, what we call COC deposits, to make up that difference. Finally, when you do not need this tonight, but when you have the documents before you, we are responsible for giving you some good faith estimates. And since we knew we were going to be here, we just thought, why not show it to you today? But this is basically kind of like the disclaimer saying, here's all the different costs, here's how much the district's getting, that sort of thing layered in here. Probably most important one is the 5.42. You might ask, how is it that a jumbo mortgage is at 7%, but we're able to sell CFD bonds at 5.42? Well, the reason for that is the investors that buy these bonds, they don't have to pay taxes on the interest. And so these bonds are typically sold in $5,000 or $100,000 increments. So it's typically the pretty wealthy people that are buying these. And when you look at California, you have a 37% federal tax rate, a 10% state tax rate. These investors are paying 47% on their higher portion of their income. So if they can buy bonds at 5.42, that's an extreme benefit for them because they're not paying taxes on any of that. And that's why that interest rate's low, and that's one reason why the property owners seek out folks like the school district to do CFDs. And then here we have a proposed schedule for you where we're giving you a kind of an update on things since the last meeting. We plan on bringing to you on the July 8th meeting a resolution of issuance. And I described that document in the past as a resolution that says as long as we're within the not to exceed parameters, the board is authorizing moving forward with the bond sale, and there's a whole stack of documents. There's a disclosure document that goes to investors. There's a bond purchase agreement. That's the agreement that the underwriter buys the bonds from the district, or the CFD in this case, and a few other things that get worked in there. And then the bond pricing, this is, if you think about an initial public offering for a stock, this is our IPO for bonds. These bonds do not exist up until that date. The underwriter is out finding investors. District staff and I are using our data and saying those rates are too high, make them lower. And so we can find that perfect balance that we find enough investors, some of the bonds the underwriter has to buy, but we try to get the lowest cost of borrowing for the district on that day. Finally, August 1, this is all wrapped up closed as far as the bond sale goes, and then it's really CFD administration after that point. So I covered a lot, and a lot of this was about 3/4 are slides that I showed you a few months ago, but another quarter of it's new information. I'm available for any questions.
So Adam, just for clarification, there's 207 homes?
See, 141.
There's
So
100, okay.
The third bullet point there.
141. So how does that tie to your map? Because you got 58 homes owned and developed by Williams. 56 are transferred to individual owners, which makes me think that there are 2 that are still owned by Williams.
So these are all the 58 and 83 were all the lots that they own. The ones that, are you referring to the home ownership ones down here?
Yeah, well, you said the blue ones were Williams, the red was Horton, and then the ones with no color were individually owned.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Outside the CFD?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not involved in the CFD. Okay, my bad. Thank you.
Sorry, and I'm sorry I didn't make that clear.
Okay, I get it now. And then with the interest, that 5.42% interest, it's tax-free. Is that both state and federal?
So if an investor anywhere in the U.S. buys these, they get the federal tax exemption. If an investor within California buys it, they get the state exemption as well.
Okay.
But like an investor in Utah buys this, they still have to pay their Utah taxes. It's not
Right.
exempt on that.
Right, okay. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you. Well, I have a question for Jeff. What are we going to use the money for?
we haven't had any plans at this particular point. It's been
So we're going to sell bonds without any plans for the proceeds?
well, it's going to go toward our facilities in some fashion or another, but we still have to discuss we brought up a couple of ideas earlier today that can potentially go toward this as well. So it's just something to discuss and decide upon. So
So it's always been my thinking that you sell bonds when you need the cash, because you don't want to pay the interest when you don't need the cash. But anyways, okay, I'll leave it at that.
this is kind of a different situation. I understand. For our Go bonds, I would agree with you, yes.
In our board policies, we have a bond committee. Would the committee be working with Jeff and doing any of the work around the plans for this? You're the chairman. I remember our bond committee, we have assigned jobs that we do, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but this is where the committee would gather and prepare to do more work, or just wondering.
Yeah, I would lean on John a little bit more since he's had more experience with this.
We haven't met on this issue, so I can't answer that question.
Well, as I understand that committee, it's more about the GO bonds, and you're more involved when we were doing the $465 million in GO bonds. This CFD was set up a long time ago, so it was already in place. It was just a question of when they were selling enough homes to be able to sell the bonds and move forward with this. So that work has already been done, if you will, way back when, to decide to even do the CFD. So.
No more questions? Thank you.
Great, thank you.
For the
See you in a few
presentation.
weeks.
Thank you.
So this will be an item on the next agenda as an action item on the July agenda to vote on the resolution to actually issue the bonds.
Well, then let me give you a heads up. I'm gonna wanna know what we're gonna wanna do with the money before I vote yes.
Okay.
Okay, next item is 12B, 2025 California School Dashboard Local Indicator for PSUSD and CBC OE 10.
Yes. Dr. Pfeffer, our Director of State and Federal Programs, will be presenting PSUSD's local indicators, the results of our local indicators for 24-25. When he completes that, then Mrs. Perez-Chica, Principal of Cielo Vista, will be presenting the results of their local indicators as well.
Well, good evening, Board. It's good to see you again. This is part 2 of the LCAP process. Last time around, we were here presenting the 25-26 LCAP. That's later on the agenda today for approval. Whenever we have the meeting for LCAP approval, one of the requirements is that we publicly present to you the information here on our local indicators. And so we'll walk through that information fairly quickly. As always, I do encourage the board to please feel free to interject with any questions. I'll certainly pause along the way. I'll do most of the heavy lift on the descriptions of what's in each area, and that way when Ms. Perez-Chica comes up, she'll touch on the highlights specific to Cielo Vista. Fair enough? So as with every year, there are requirements for districts to go ahead and post information that's not available via quantitative measures, basically through state data collection. These are called local indicators. Each year there's a requirement for us to measure these areas, present that information to the board meeting at the meeting at which the LCAP is being approved. And then we have a job at the back end of uploading that information into a database that then gets posted to the California School Dashboard. Assuming we check those 3 boxes, we're marked as one of 3 statuses. They're in the middle of the slide there, either met, or not met for 2 or more years. And I'm pleased to say Palm Springs Unified has never been anything other than met, as we've always made sure to communicate that information along the way. So I'll go through each one of the indicators, give you a little bit of a flash as to some of those highlights. Again, the full report is also attached to the board agenda, so you're able to read the more detailed version as well as exactly the language that will be posted to the California School Dashboard for each item. Priority 1 has to do with what are referred to as the basics. These are things like well-kept facilities, our percentage of students that have access to the textbooks, and our teacher assignment data. That third one, which is actually listed first on the slide, I'm giving you some temporary data right now. We have to wait for the TAMO report, which is something that the CDE offers on DataQuest, referred to as the Teaching Assignment Monitoring Outcomes report. Once that gets issued, usually it comes in sometime over the summertime. We'll bring that item back to you in a board item, brief presentation, probably sometime in August or September, depending on the CDE release timeline. Although I'm pleased to say that when it comes to standard aligned materials, we still have everybody that has access to the materials that they need, and we continue to repair our sites when issues arise in a timely manner. So I'm pleased to say that those items still get marked with the preferred answer choice. Priority 2 involves implementation of state academic standards. This is across a variety of different academic areas. You see the full list there on the slide. This is to ensure that we are providing curriculum materials in these areas, we're training staff in these areas, and to give you a brief visual version of that, we want to have as many of these areas over in full implementation or full implementation and sustainability. On this particular chart, those items in black were rated at the same level as they were a year ago. Those items in green have moved forward with a positive momentum piece. If there were an item in red, which there isn't this time around, that would be a regression piece. So we're pleased to say that across all of our subjects, when it comes to providing that professional learning in areas, having our policies and programs in place, our instructional materials available across these different areas, we have full implementation of processes, and we're able to say in English language arts, we felt confident enough to say those things are sustainable to keep going. There's still items that are in work and in progress, depending on whether we're looking at elementary or middle school or high school. We may have some slightly different ratings with sustainability pieces, but we're pleased to say that we have systems across the board that are working well in order to address these areas. Priority 3 is the next one. This has to do with family engagement, and it's rated off of 3 research-based areas of family engagement. Those are building relationships between school staff and families, followed by building partnerships for student outcomes, and finally seeking input for decision-making structures. We have a number of different items that come through our family center, but also a number of interactions that happen within each of our school sites and within each one of our programs that helps to provide evidence for these items. We also use our survey items to help us determine how well we're doing on this and input from multiple groups along the way. So when it comes to building relationships, there are 4 main areas, again, using similar color coding of green being an increase rating. We're pleased to say that we're moving forward with our 2-way communication pieces, and those are getting very positive feedback components from those that are participating, especially in groups like DLAC, who you met some of the members of earlier this evening, our LCAP parent advisory, various PACs, for instance. We do have still some work to do in making sure we're creating welcoming environments for all families. We want to make sure that we're continuing to move forward with utilizing students and family strengths in order to be of benefit to students, but continued progress in those areas is being made, and we expect full implementation there of those systems here in the next year or 2. When it comes to building partnerships for student outcomes, again, good positive movement, especially in areas of presenting legal rights to parents, where we've had multiple workshops and consultative opportunities over the year, as well as providing professional learning and to support teachers in building capacity. The FETAC team, which is a group of teachers representing each site that meets with our family center, is being provided a number of professional development pieces for family engagement. They're also supported by the FACES at the school site to be able to implement some of those actions as examples in this area. The third area is seeking input for decision making. This has been our strongest area for quite some time and continues to be. We continue to have a large number of interactions, whether it's developing an LCAP, whether it's getting input for fund usage, whether it's reaching out to the community for input in systems building, and that continues to be received well when we look at our survey information from our families, whether we're having conversations with folks in those various settings. We get a lot of positive pieces back, which is wonderful that that continues. We have 2 more priority areas. Priority 6 is about a local climate survey. We must use an annual local climate survey. That was a change a year ago to make sure that every district was giving one annually. It used to be an every other year requirement. Palm Springs Unified has always exceeded that by giving the Panorama survey as a climate survey every year since its inception about 8 or 9 years ago now. We do have guiding questions that have to be answered across that. That's in the full report where we analyze the data and have some further conversations. But to give a quick flash in these areas of school safety and school connectedness, I'm pleased to say that we've had some increases across the board in this area. Whether it's looking at student groups or the overall scores, we've been having some improvements in these pieces. Still room to go, still definite improvement to be made, but it's always nice to see in school safety gains of 5 percentage points and 4 percentage points for each one of those grade spans, and in school connectedness, a gain of 4 percentage points from the prior year, especially at the secondary school. So we're seeing that positive momentum of kids identifying that their school interactions are starting to have them feel more connected. They see those locations as safe. It is a little unusual to see the secondary safety rating higher than the elementary. That doesn't always happen in districts, so that's a positive piece to our secondary school sites. But it's good to see these positive momentum pieces building. Again, still work to do to continue to build on that momentum, but that positive trajectory is a good thing. Finally, we have priority area 7. This is about access to a broad course of study, again, making sure that students have access to courses within those same areas I showed you over in priority 2. We're asked to show a couple of different data points, how we measure these things, where we see barriers or challenges, and how we look to address those. You're familiar with many of these items. We use A to G monitoring systems. We pull reports regularly out of our systems in order to check progress. And each year we have Operational Expectation Report 10 that comes to the board that really does summarize a lot of these efforts as well, a unique item to Palm Springs Unified. The second prompt asked us to say, what are our key findings? What is it that we see? And some of those pieces that we look at within the elementary, we continue to get positive feedback regarding the different interactions that our elementary students get with the addition of our STEAM program, making sure that music and physical education are taught by credentialed teachers and not just the homeroom teacher. Our technology distribution continues to be a strength in that analysis, and we continue to work on making sure that we have access and participation for groups in all levels of coursework, whether that's doing advanced coursework or whether that's working on items to help catch them back up to standards. Again, different patterns of that interaction for different students based on their needs. When it comes to barriers, we see some different barriers. Chronic absenteeism continues to be one of our largest barriers. It's difficult for students to access those supports when they're not at school. That number continues to decline, continues to go the right direction, but we want to make sure that students are accessing those supports and those services at school on a regular basis. In part, that gives them access to things like social emotional needs, mental health, behavioral needs that end up being access points to the classroom instruction. And we still look to make sure that our course offerings responding to all needs as well. So as we see students struggle in different areas, we want to adapt those systems. And that's a constantly refining process. The final piece in priority 7, the fourth prompt, asks us what our responses to do. We're continuing to work on our MTSS structures to be responsive to student needs, as an example. You also see things on here like speaking about the counseling services, the different elementary programs, continuing to make sure that we're providing a broad course of study across the elementary spectrum. And again, addressing those chronic absenteeism needs is a key point. So that covers all the different priority areas and the different entrances. Again, the full report is attached to the agenda as well for your reference. So we've already checked off a couple of these boxes in preparing the report and showing the analysis, presenting it to you at this time. We'll have all the information uploaded in time to ensure we get that third check mark for met. We're expecting the state dashboard to be released sometime around November this year. And that would give us the full public statement of all of those items on the state reporting system. There's also an optional narrative box that appears. This is the same statement that we've used the last number of years, just basically giving a context of what we try to do here in the district and referring them to our website for additional information. The rest of the slides in the presentation are in Spanish for reference purposes, but at this time I'll pause and see if there's any questions from the board regarding any of the items I've shared.
Any question? No. No question.
All right, well, wonderful. Well, at this time, I'm going to hand it off to Mrs. Perez-Chica. She's going to share the information from Cielo Vista. I'll hang around back here as well in case there's any clarifications necessary.
Thank you. You'll just use this, and you can bring this down. He's really tall. Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right. Good evening, board. I hope you're having a restful summer. And as Dr. Pfeffer said, I'm going to present local indicator information for Cielo Vista Charter School. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Juanita Perez-Chica, the proud principal of Cielo Vista Charter School. All right, so background, as Dr. Pfeffer said, these are indicators that need to be reported each year, and they're always reported the same night that our LCAP is approved. Priority 1, we met all areas, and if we look at if there's any teachers that are outside of their credential or possibly an intern, well, we do have 2 teachers, one in art and one in PE, that is working on their preliminary credential. 100% of our kids have standards aligned materials at home and at school. So we have double books that we always buy so that the kids don't have to come back and forth with the book. We're in full compliance, no Williams complaints
And our most recent visit in May of 2024, we got an exemplary rating of 100%, and I take very, very great pride in that because I want the school to always be in the best shape and look beautiful for my kids when they arrive every day. So we've done that, and it's gorgeous. If you look at priority 2, it talks about where we are in all the different areas, and most of them that you'll notice were in full implementation with sustainability, with the exception of CTE being our initial development, which we're about a year into. We most recently hired a dance teacher through the VAPA program and are adding more course access to that as time develops. So everywhere else you'll see it's in full implementation or with sustainability or full. The 3 areas that he talked about with building relationships, building partnerships, and seeking input, we do a really great job. And so what I did is I took a snapshot of, I'm always looking at where we're at and where we're going and how we can improve. So I'll start an area of focus in building relationships. It really is to get 100% of our families, especially our underrepresented groups, to the school and making personal phone calls. I do hold a coffee chat once a month. You're all invited every Thursday, the last Thursday of each month, 7:30 in the morning and at 4:15 in the afternoon. And that is one of our biggest ways that we get people to come and just join in and speak, in addition to our LCAP stakeholder meetings that we hold. But one of the areas of focus this year is making those personal phone calls. That really seems to help. We've doubled from about 55 attendees throughout the year to close to 80 by getting on the phone and just personally inviting them. So we've really tapped into doing that. One of our greatest strengths is we do cultivate a relationship with the families. I use Class Dojo as my main means of correct communication, and the teachers also do that. So anything that we're planning, if the kids need any kind of help, additional support, they also send information to make sure that we're supporting the whole child. Building partnerships is really important with our community members. I always tell our students and our community that we're far more than just Yellow Vista. We're a bigger entity, and we want to really make a difference outside of our school and into our city and into the state. So we do tap into whoever we can invite on campus to show off our kids and our teachers. We do that, so the doors are always open. We'll continue doing that. That's very important to me. Another area of focus with building those partnerships is really, really looking at who's not in the building and why. And what do we need to do? Do we need to take our newly purchased vans after school with ELOP funds and, get the kids to different places? What is happening and how do we really tap into that? Seeking input for decision making is an area that, again, we tap into different stakeholders, from our staff to our community to other members of the city. It's important for us to get information on how we can best serve our kids. At the end of the day, that's all what we're all there for. When we look at the CVC local indicator, we're going to look at elementary and secondary. My motto is 100% in. So when we are giving these surveys, I am like the survey patrol, 100%, 100%. I'm always looking for that green 100%. So if you look at elementary and secondary, we were well over 98% of respondents. So, this is our student voice. And I love what I'm seeing, because when you focus on something, number one is safety at Cielo Vista, and the kids know that. To me, you have to be safe in order for anything else to happen. So when you look at elementary, we increased 9% in safety, and we also increased middle school 5% in safety. In our staff area, we increased 13% to 92%. So I love when we see all of the buckets, they all align when all of our stakeholders are feeling safety and really wanting to be at school. With sense of belonging, elementary decreased 3%. That was a little shocking, went from 80% to 77%. But we really, really focused on getting our middle school kids connected to school this year with our house system, and we saw an increase of 7%. So now we just got to streamline and keep both plates in the air and get them both up and increasing. And when we look at staff connectedness, this is so awesome. 92% reported that Cielo Vista is a supportive and inviting place to work, and 13% increase in safety, 92% of the staff, and this is all Panorama data, they reported that 92% of them feel safe coming to work. So again, I need to get that to 100% because safety is everything. If our individuals are not safe, we cannot pull and get the best from them each day. Priority 7, as I talked to you guys about CTE being one of our focuses, we've added just for this upcoming school year, music and sound engineering class for our middle school kids. You know, we listen to them and I ask them, what do you want? And we build our master schedule based on their needs. We do course selections and they tell us exactly what they want. And if we don't have the course, guess what we do? We create it. And so we're in a district, we're so fortunate enough to be able to work with Ed Services, and they allow us to really think outside the box and create these opportunities that kids want. And so that's priority 7. And also I'm really proud to say that all 7th and 8th graders have the option. All 8th grade takes Spanish at our school, which is an A through G course. 7th grade, it is optional. That is my contact information. If you have any other questions or you have questions for me now, I can answer those. No questions?
Quickly, can you go back to, I think it was 6?
Of course. Yeah.
I was looking here on your secondary department. I was looking for African American, and I don't see them on there. Is it because the numbers are too low?
Correct. So on Panorama, it actually showed that 79% of them were in favor of being connected because of the number being under 13. They protect the identity of the child. So yeah. But our secondary kids, we do our own surveys and we do check-ins. They were actually at 91%. Okay. So higher than our elementary kids. Yeah.
Are we, so you said it's 13?
13 kids, correct.
Are we looking to get more students there?
You know, I've attended the APAC meetings and I put it out there. I go out to the James O. Jussie building and I let everybody know, you know, come and join. We're a lottery, so whoever we, you know, comes and applies, we really want to get as many families, absolutely.
And then what about your elementary? Is those numbers, do you know how many students that is at African American?
So there are in elementary, I would say, I think it's 28 students, and that's including 2 or more races.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. No, I don't have questions. Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you, guys.
So just to conclude the item then, this is kind of concludes the process for the LCAP development piece. Later in tonight's agenda, you'll see items for both the Palm Springs Unified LCAP as well as the Cielo Vista LCAP for your approvals. And at that point, we can move forward with the process of implementing that for the new school year. Thank you very much for your time this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Pfeffer.
Great job, you guys.
Yeah. Next item is item 12C, the Foundation Update OE 10.
Yes, Ellen Goodman, our director of the foundation, will be presenting her Q4 update this evening.
Thank you. Ready to go? Yeah. Oh my. I just push the arrows when I advance it. Okay, hopefully that'll work. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to do our presentation. We will start with our Q4, and then we'll also have just a little year overview as well. We always put in our statement of purpose so that you can read that at your leisure. And there are 3 main points of the foundation as far as underwriting existing initiatives, piloting new initiatives that are under or unfunded. We build visibility, and we function as a fiscal agent for outside community dollars. So this is a, oh, okay. That 0 is supposed to be up there, so okay, a little off. Looks like we lost the last number. This is an unaudited year to date, and the numbers, I believe, are up until about 2 weeks ago when this needed to be submitted. And so you'll see these buckets under arts, and it's all things arts, MTU, instruments, any types of field trips that might be related for the arts, adopt the arts, everything kind of would fall under the arts. You'll see that number at 154,429. Academics, everything under academics that would fall. The college and career readiness, which is where a lot of scholarship work would be. Our mentor programs are there. Fundraising is general fundraising money, so this is not necessarily unrestricted. We just are holding $277,000. There are a number of community dollars that come into the foundation for other departments. One example would be the college tours, the historical Black college and university tour money that comes into the foundation, and then we, of course, distribute that back out. And so each one of the items under fundraising is attached to something specific. Could be a choir, a field trip. Under there also are the Shoes for Students campaign, as well as our One Night Out event campaign. So that's what would fall under that bucket. Under G&A, this is board member contributions. So board members contribute money every single year. That's a part of their commitment. And then sometimes when we have money that just came in and we have not yet verified with the donor of where they would like that applied to, we might park that money there. And one example would be the coffee lobby money that comes in. It comes in annually, and then we work with Nancy and the district on where that money will have the largest impact. So that's what that is. And so we're at a total of $935,500. We believe that we'll finish very close to $1 million this year. Just some highlights for a Q4. It was wrap-up season, so a lot of projects that have been going on throughout the year. This is when we had our completion events. So the 7th grade essay contest had their completion events. We were consistent in the number of essays that were uploaded and entered into the contest. Every single student received a prize, and first and second place, which every middle school has a first and second place, had $500 first place, $250 second place. Everyone got a Kindle and a $100 Amazon gift card to download books for their summer reading. We had our student mentor and resource training. I see I have a typo there. My apologies for that. And we just captured some data we thought it'd be interesting to share. We are in 3 high schools right now. Out of those high schools, we had 420 college applications, 280 scholarships. Of course, you can see that. I thought what was really interesting were some of the statistics that we found, and that was we had a very large percentage, about 39%, somewhere between 39 and 42% of the applications that were submitted to college were accepted. Though interesting enough, out of all the scholarships that our students applied for, only 9% of the scholarships were granted. And so we thought that number was quite low. So it gives us a benchmark to be able to compare for our next cohort that'll come in January 2026. MTU University, of course, we're just wrapping up our Willie season. This Sunday will be our last Sunday. And then we worked with ETIS and Will and his team, and we had an expo on May 3rd. And that was very successful. We brought in our city partners, stakeholders, individuals who have been funders, prospects for funding, and as a result of that, we did secure quite a bit of money, new fans, and we are continuing the research on a pilot academy that we discussed a number of months ago. And I just wrapped up a meeting at Desert Hot Springs with Scott Mattis, and that went very well. Just from a year overview, our One Night Out event, it's really starting to anchor us in the community as the first Saturday in October. It was not only a lot of fun, we were able to collect about $35,000 in proceeds to give back to classroom grants. Then we had a post-reception, and that was a VIP reception after the event as a way to, it's a part of our acquisition conversion and maintenance strategy that we are implementing these next few years. So it was individuals who were ticket holders, and our goal was to convert them to actually contribute to projects and programs at the district. Very happy to say that a $75 ticket holder became a $10,000 donor that night. So we were very pleased with the success of that. Brown bag lunch with superintendent. Tony had a fantastic experience. The individuals who attended had a fantastic experience. We had 15 stakeholders. Those individuals were folks who have currently given money, currently put the school district in their estate plan, or they were prospects for donors, for donations or estate plans. After that event, it was 90 minutes. It was a deep inside dive of the district, and it was an intimate opportunity for community members to sit with the superintendent. After that event, we called everyone to get feedback. We've had 2 lunches, of which one, when we asked if they would include the district in their trust, they said absolutely. And we had another lunch today, and we're looking forward to an extended relationship there. So that was great. And our year-end social, which was at the Clark Gable and Carol Lombard Estate, which was a lot of fun. Just a quick update on wellness centers. The wellness centers that are completed, you'll see 14 of them. We just wrapped up Catherine Finchy. We have a few little fine-tunes to do. We expect to be done the first week of July, and we've already started to work with Cathedral City Elementary. We expect that to be open for the start of school. We will then start excuse me, on Rio Vista Elementary, and then move over to Kauai as the principal becomes more comfortable there and can work with us on their vision. This year we incorporated SMART goals. This is something that we will be working on for the next 3 years. This is very board specific. All of the board members have signed up for a particular goal or a project for themselves. We have measurable outcomes. We expect them to be achieved. We've already started to do a few of them as, I would say, pilots or proof of concept. So campus tours we'll be putting into place. This is not new. We're modeling College of the Desert. We are modeling Guide Dogs of the Desert, all of the organizations that say, come in, look at our facility, see what we do. Again, the brown bag lunch with the superintendent. I believe our incoming superintendent will enjoy these. So I think that is will be very good for everybody. A speaker series. We are out in the community talking all the time. We really want to diversify. We want to throw the net wider, and we'd like board members to start to pick up that task. And then it's really about, this goes into how do we support and engage our board member so that communication is more seamless and that individuals feel prepared when they're out into the community. A motivation and appreciation. This is a part of acquire, convert, and maintain. How do you actually maintain the loyalty through motivation or through appreciation to get people motivated? And we just added a 6th SMART goal, which is organizational supply chain. So this is all great, SMART goals 1 through 5, but if you don't have the architecture or the structure to hold the back-end systems, then you cannot capture data, you can't plan your goals, you actually don't know really where you're going to be going years to come. And so our new cohort of board members who will be coming in July will be assigned to SMART Goal 6. And I just wanted to remind everybody, save the date, the first Saturday in October. It's One Night Out Paris. These are our board members on the left-hand side. It's the first time I've actually listed board members. Mark Gaultier will be retiring, and Randy Paschke is our incoming president. And we will be adding at least 3 more. 2 have just been elected to the board. So 2 names, Dave Manley and David Peck. And we expect to have another one next week. And then I just really want to give a shout out to Mark Gaultier for 12 years of service. Under his management, we have raised $12 million, which we have distributed over 12 years, and we're holding $5 million in assets. So thank you, and I'll pause there and see if there's any questions or comments.
I just want to congratulate the foundation on a very successful year. You've done a great job, many activities, and many new things in the works. So congratulations to you and the board.
Thank you, Karen.
Both Charlie and I were able to go to the AI sponsored event with you in the city, And that was just 2 days ago, and I was so impressed with all the number of people that attended, and I'm really, I'm excited about the innovative things that you're bringing and turning into great opportunities for the students, for the parents, for the community, and books. Now you're bringing literacy
Yes.
forefront. I'm not sure exactly what the details are, but I'm excited to see all the new plans.
Thank you. I think we'll be launching our the book campaign around the holiday season. So as we build it, you'll have a report on Q1 to get more about that. And thank you about the conference. It's very, very important that the foundation make these community connections. We are looking for individuals to be able to fund technology moving into the future. It's a very, very hard discipline to raise money for in our town, and that really is because a lot of individuals don't have the nostalgia. They don't have the experience around technology as a young person the way they do around the arts or athletics or academics. And so the more we can do with the community and our cities, I think it's going to be better for the kids. So thank you. Thank you. Anything else?
No, I want to say yes, thank you, Ellen, for everything that you do, and thank the whole board members from the foundation, and of course the whole sponsor and donor from the community. I want to say thanks to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure they appreciate that. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Item number 13 is the board members' comments. Do we have any comment from the board? Karen?
Oh, is the person that sits in this seat, they always have to start? I'm kidding you.
Tradition.
Well, first I just want to say thank you to everyone that came tonight and gave public comments in support of the Palm Springs Unified School District ELOP program. It's our extended learning opportunities program, and it does provide our kids with a lot of opportunities that they may not have. So it is a great program under Amber Grosgron, and it is a fabulous program, and I know that we all support it and look forward to it continuing, and hopefully that the state will continue to fund it. We're in cross. Also, today, the board met today, and we had a work day, so we started around 8:30, and then we were done around 2 o'clock. We got to go home for a little bit, and then we came back at 4, but we got to work over and talk about our 2025-26 work plan for the year and our governing policies. We also got able to meet and work a little bit with our new superintendent, Dr. Funchess. So we had a great day, and appreciate him coming out and meeting with us. That's it.
Just real quick, I'd like to piggyback on what my colleague said and thank all the speakers that came in to support the ELAP program. I think their voices really highlighted how important it is to provide a safe, engaging, and supporting learning environments for all our students, not only after school, but in the summer also. And our district needs to provide access to these types of opportunities that help students grow and thrive. And I want to thank everybody that came in to express their support, and I want to thank Amber Gascoigne for the job she's done in this regard. And that's all I got.
All right, so I as well, I guess we're all going to go down the line and say how we appreciate those comments. It's always great to hear about the relationships and the different business that we have that our ELOP program puts together. I think it might have been misinterpreted a little bit about the ELOP program. I think that we are definitely in support of the ELOP program. However, I do believe that as a district, we believe in diversity, we believe in equality, we believe in giving everyone an opportunity to have a chance. And so I think with that, the ELOP program, I think what the board was saying is that we want to have an opportunity to give someone else an opportunity to be able to bring some of those wonderful things that you guys said. And I appreciate it, and I think that you guys are definitely heard. And we're not going to get rid of the program, ELOP, and we're not doing anything with the ELOP program. So I just wanted to say that. And so on June 19th, there was the Juneteenth celebration in the city of Palm Springs. And so I wanted to say that it was a wonderful event. The attendance was a little down. I think we weren't able to get it around the city quite well, but Juneteenth is a great event, and everyone's welcome to attend. And on June 23rd, I also attended the Palm Springs first annual AI conference that they had for the city of Palm Springs. That was put on by the Palm Springs Chambers. And I want to say a special thanks to Nona Watson, who did a lot of hours and put a lot of work into bringing that into fruition, as well as Jeffrey Bernstein. Jeffrey has been a catalyst to push this AI agenda with our district and also with the city of Palm Springs, and he has a great idea about it. So AI is in its infant stages, and so AI gives us an opportunity to be able to get our students in on the ground level, to be able to create some wonderful positions. And unlike anyone who knows that AI is still a robot, it needs to be controlled. It has to be controlled by someone. So this is a great opportunity for our students to learn how to be able to put these prompts in place and to push AI into the future. It's not going away. It's something that we have an opportunity. Jeffrey Bernstein also mentioned that 97% of our students' socioeconomic status, he mentioned that in the presentation that he did. And so it was exciting for him to talk about that. And I just appreciate being there, and thank you to the city of Palm Springs for that event.
Okay. Just piggybacking on the fellow board members, appreciation to all of the people that came to our boardroom today, the students, the DLAC parents, the families, the employees. It is a whole diverse community, and bringing all walks of life and types of honorees here together is really key. And I thank all the people that helped to bring that, all of the young, excited people here today. I also see our booth of technicians over there, and I go on live to see how many people are watching us. And I want to thank our YouTube followers, and they're not really recognized, but thank you. And I know they don't have much to say because they can't, but I thank them for tuning in, and maybe they have us tuned on. And so thank you all every week or every month for all the YouTube followers. I was with President Espericueta for the Do the Right Thing ceremony on Wednesday of this past week. 3 out of the 9 honorees or awardees were from our schools. Dr. Funches had a chance to come in and meet the chief and participate on his own time, brought his wife, Celeste. We thanked them both. And it was very special for our new incoming superintendent to meet the people that we are going to be working with in person. So that was wonderful. Thank you to everyone. I was with board member Irvin at the Juneteenth pageant. And so I went to see the pageant that was at the James O. Jesse Center and see the purple that brought the stage to life. And purple is a sign of royalty. And all of the kids, I was there for most of the program, was Tiny Tots. And so for me, being in the pageant and seeing the kids dancing, smiling, so happy to be participating and understanding, many of them were reciting facts about Juneteenth. And I mean, they were like 4 and 5 years old. So I was excited to be involved in that. Again, back to the AI and Creativity Expo in the city of Palm Springs, Office of Economic Development, Windtech Energy. I had the chance to speak with to listen to Speaker Rob Minkoff. And he is the man that directed and produced The Lion King, the entire film in AI version. And so he talked about AI as a tool. It's not a takeover. And he talked a lot about how our students can be involved, and we can teach them via AI critical thinking, opinions, point of view, perspectives, and that we can help them actually increase their thinking options or levels by using AI. And one of the questions was, what can we do in Palm Springs Unified for our students with AI? And he said, it's a transformation taking place at early ages and looking forward, or forward-looking. So for us to be involved directly as a school district and the community, we thank all of the people that put that on. I think I heard Jeffrey Bernstein say it's ongoing. There'll be a year 2, yes. So I'm looking forward to that. I also want to mention that any parents who don't have a chance to get out of the house, the summer programs for parents in the Engagement Center include virtual activities, and in Spanish and in English, June 16, 19, 23, 26, 30, July 3rd. You could either do it in the morning, 8 to 9:30, or in the evening, 7 to 8:30. And the parents can pick up kits at the Parent Engagement Center and do these projects through the summer with the kids. So thank you to the district that never sleeps. I appreciate it. That's it.
Thank you. I want, and echo everything that our colleagues report today, but I want to write my comments in everything that happened today. First, I want to thank the board members for their commitment for the good of the students. Like that, today we start at 8:30 with the breakfast, and maybe we end around 9. That is more than 12 hours. And what very productive work day with the new superintendent, Marcos Funches, and discussion that we have, and all focus in the students successful. But when I see the recognition today, the saying, the employees of the month, everything that they do is for the students. And when we see the recognition for the softball team from Rancho Mirage High School, it's a lot of people around the students to support them, because the level that they reached in this year, they had to travel to Arizona, to far away from here, even it is in California, but a lot of support from their parents, from the staff, a lot of effort that is done for them around. But I continued the other recognition that we did for all the LAC representative, all is to support the students in the Palm Springs School District. And we end I can highlight also the Yuli facility update, the bonds, Dr. Pfeffer, Perez Chica, and Ellen Goodman. Is impressive everything that the many people around the school district do for our students. Thank you, everyone. And this don't stop. This is just the year that we passed, but it's ongoing. We have to take maybe a small break and then start the new year 2025, 2026. Thank you for all of that. And now we move to the item 14, Superintendent Report.
Thank you. All I have to share this evening is that I wish Dr. Tony Signoret Donatillo, love saying his name, all the best as he transitions to retirement effective July 1st. And Tony, thank you so much for your commitment, your dedication, and your leadership. And I hope you enjoy playing golf. There you go.
Okay. Thank you. And next item is at item 15 and 15A is the approval of employment agreement for Dr. Marcos Funchis, Superintendent at the school, OE 4. The board is considering approval of an employment agreement with Dr. Marcos Funchis to serve as our district superintendent of the school. Prior to taking final action, Government Code Section 54953 required an oral summary of the recommendation for approval on the salary schedule or compensation paid in the form and fringe benefit as a local agency executive during open session at a regular meeting in which the final action is to be taken. Accordingly, I am providing an oral summary of the relevant terms in the agreement that is being considered by the board today. The term of the 3 years agreement shall be July 1st, 2025 through June 30, 2028. It's a 3-year contract. Effective July 1st, 2025, the superintendent annual salary shall be $310,000. The district contribution to health and welfare benefit will be the same as provided to other certificated management employees. The superintendent shall receive a $600 monthly automotive allowance, a $150 monthly communication allowance, a $1,500 annual payment for his doctorate, and a $400,000 life insurance policy. The superintendent work year shall consist of 220 work days. He shall be eligible to accrue 12 days of sick leave annually. The superintendent is also entitled to the same pay holiday provided to other certificated management employees. Can I get a motion to approve the employment agreement for Dr. Marcos Funchis as the superintendent at the school effective July 2025? Can I get a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Any comments? No? Please vote. All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0. Congratulations, Dr. Funchis. He is not was able to be here, but he will be here very soon. Good luck. Yeah. Okay. And now we move to item 15B, approval of salary and employment agreement at Principal Kawiya Elementary School OE 4.4. Can I get a motion to approve the following employment agreement? Employment agreement with Robert Estevell, Principal at Kawiya Elementary School, salary schedule 212, column 2, state 5, effective July 1st, 2025.
I'll move it.
Second.
And I think Clayton's got something.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President Espedicueta, esteemed board members. It's my pleasure to recommend Mr. Robert Stell for the position of Principal at Kawiya Elementary School. Mr. Stell, if you join me, please. Mr. Stell has a Bachelor's of Arts degree in English from Northwest Nazarene University and a Master's of Arts in Adult Education from the University of Idaho. He began his administrative career in 2014 as the principal of Mill Park Elementary School in Portland, Oregon. Mr. Stell served 6 years as an elementary principal and 1 year as a middle school principal while in Portland. In 2021, Mr. Stell moved to San Francisco, where he served as an elementary principal for 1 year before locating to Palm Springs Unified. Mr. Sell began here with Palm Springs Unified as an English teacher at Desert Hot Springs High School. In 2024, he was promoted to the position of elementary assistant principal at Sunny Sands Elementary School. Welcome, Mr. Stell. Please address the board and introduce any guests that may be in the audience or watching.
Thank you so much to the board and to the executive cabinet. I really appreciate this opportunity. I want to publicly thank Pam Horton, the principal at Sunny Sands, and the staff for their support this last year. But I'm ready to move to Kauai and excited to make connections with students, staff, and the families there. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Any question? No? Please vote. All in favor? Aye.
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 Motion passed. Congratulations, Mr. Gordon, and good luck too.
Good luck.
Okay. And now we move to item 5C, approval of salary and employment agreement at Principal Desert Spring Middle School, OE 4.4. Can I get a motion to approve the following employment agreement? Employment agreement with Joseph Keska, Principal of Desert Spring Middle School, salary schedule 2012, column 1, step 2, effective July 1st, 2025.
All right.
212. Yeah, salary is schedule 212, column 1, step 2, effective July 1st, 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, the motion and second.
I'll move it then.
Second.
Okay, once again, thank you. It's my pleasure to recommend Mr. Joseph Kriska for the position of principal at Desert Springs Middle School. Mr. Kriska, if you join me up here, please. While he's making his way, Mr. Kriska began his career in education with Palm Springs Unified in 2014 as a special education teacher with Bubbling Wells Elementary School. After 6 years at Bubbling Wells, Mr. Kriska moved to Desert Springs Middle School as a special education teacher, where he served for 2 years in that role. He was then assigned as the Dean of Students at DSMS, and then in 2024 appointed as an assistant principal there at Desert Springs Middle School. He earned his undergraduate degree from Northern Illinois University and a master's in science from Cal Baptist University, holding both a special education credential and a clear admin. Welcome, Mr. Kriska. Please address the board and introduce any guests that you may have here or watching.
Thank you, everyone. I want to thank the Board of Education and Cabinet for giving me this opportunity to continue my journey at Desert Springs Middle School, a place that I've called home since 2020. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Cindy, my mom and dad for watching in Northern Illinois back on YouTube. I want to thank Sue Drummond and the admin team at Desert Springs Middle School for giving me this opportunity. And I also want to thank everyone else that's been my mentor over the years. I couldn't have done it without all of you. So thank you again.
Thank you. Ready to vote? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Congratulations and welcome to Palm Springs. Yeah. And next item is item 15D, approval of salary and employment agreement at Principal Jen Warmer Middle School, OE 4.4. Can I get a motion to approve the following employment agreement? Employment agreement with Dr. Julio Omier, principal at Jen Warmer Middle School, salary schedule 212, column 1, step 21, effective July 1st, 2025. The motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's me. Okay. Again, for my third and final introduction here, it is my pleasure to recommend Dr. Julio Omer for the position of principal at James Workman Middle School. Dr. Omer, if you join me, please. And Dr. Omer began his career in education in 1999 as a Spanish English teacher in Mexico. In 2000, he moved to Oregon and taught fourth grade bilingual classes from 2001 to 2005. Dr. Omer was a bilingual education teacher at French Prairie Middle School in Woodburn, Oregon. He began his administrative career in 2005 as the assistant principal of a K-8 Spanish immersion school in Aloha, Oregon. And then 2006, Dr. O'Mara made his way here to Palm Springs Unified School District as an assistant principal for 9 years at Raymond Cree and 11 years at Rancho Mirage High School. He has also served as an interim at James Workman Middle School for the last 8 weeks or so. Dr. O'Mara earned his bachelor's and master's of arts from Oregon State University. He earned his doctorate of education in leadership with a focus in educational justice from the University of Redlands. Dr. O'Mara holds a clear teaching credential as well as an administrative credential. Welcome, Dr. O'Mara. Please address the board and introduce any guests that are here or watching on YouTube.
I want to thank the Board of Education for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for Executive Cabinet. I wouldn't be here today without my lovely wife, who's personally here, Mrs. O'Meara, my son Mateo, my family watching on YouTube in Oregon, and Ranch Mirage admin team, Kim Ballard, of course, Mr. Eddie Martinez, our principal, Mr. Hendra, Dr. Haga, who's personally here, everyone who's mentored me, Ms. Fishman from my new family at James Workman, Mr. Bayardo. But in all honesty, it's a team effort, and I wouldn't be here with all the mentors guiding me, and it's an honor to be the new principal at James Workman Middle School, and I cannot wait for the opportunity. Let's begin the journey. Thank you.
Thank you. You ready to vote? Please vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Julio, it's nice to see you smile finally.
I was worried.
Okay, thank you. And now we move to item 15E, approval of certificated and classified employees transition. Can I get a motion to approve item 15E?
I'll move that.
Any question? No. Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item 15F, approval of monitoring report governing policies OE5, financial planning OE 8.1. Can I get a motion to approve 15F?
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed.
Somebody's not going to talk about it.
No.
Item 15G, approval of certificated employee salary schedule OE5. Can I get a motion to approve item 15G?
Move for approval.
Second.
Question?
Yeah,
Please vote.
I do have a question.
Sure.
One of them is identified as Head Start, but the other ones, they have different work days, but I'm not sure what group of employees the other ones belong to. So maybe in the Friday, you could just tell us which salary schedule goes with which group of people? Yeah. Thank you.
We have the fruits a second? Okay. Yes. Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15H, approval to process automated clear house ACH and wire transfer as a payment option for the fiscal year 2025-2026 OE5. Can I get a motion to approve item 15H?
So moved.
Second.
Question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15I, approval of the 2025-2026 school plan for student achievement, SPSA OE10. Can I get a motion to approve item 15I, please?
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
pass. Item 15J, approval of the arts and music in schools, Prop 28, annual report OE 10. Can I get a motion to approve item 15J?
Move for approval.
Second.
Question? Please vote. All in favor? Aye. Motion pass. Item 15K, approval at Palm Springs Unified School District and the Foundation Master Agreement, OE 10. Can I get a motion to approve 15K, please?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion pass. Item 15L, approval of revision to board policy BP 5131.9, academic honesty, OE 10. Can I get a motion to approve item 15L?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15M, approval of revision to board policy BP 6143, courses of student, OE 10. Can I get a motion to approve item 15M?
Move.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15N, approval of the local control and accountability plan, LCAP, for the Palm Springs Unified School District, OE 10. Can I get a motion to approve item 15N?
Move for approval.
A second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15O, approval of the local control and accountability plan, LCAP, for Cielo Vista Charter School, OE 10. Can I get a motion to approve 15O?
Move it.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item 15P, adoption at the Palm Springs Unified School District fiscal year 2025-2026 budget and approval at the fiscal year 2024-2025 estimated actuals, OE 5.1. Can I get a motion to approve item 15P?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item 15, oh, yeah. Item 15Q, adoption of resolution 2024-2025-35 at the Board of Education at the Palm Springs Unified School District, acting as the legislative body of the Community Facility District Number 1 at the Palm Springs Unified School District, authorizing the annual levy of the special taxes for the fiscal year 2025-2026, OE 6. Can I get a motion to approve 15Q?
Move for approval.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item 15R, adoption of resolution number 2024-2025-37, approval to process budget provision, adjustment, and transfer for the fiscal year 2025-2026, OE 6.7. Can I get a motion to approve item 15R?
So moved.
Second.
A question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item 15S, adoption of resolution number 2024/2025-38, approval to establish the estimated spending determination for the education protection account for the fiscal year 2025-2026 OE 6.7. Can I get a motion to approve item 15S?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 15T, adoption of resolution number 2024/2025-39, approval for fiscal year 2024-2025 year-end budget adjustment, OE 5.4. Can I get a motion to approve item 15T?
So moved. Second.
Question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15U, adoption of resolution number 2025/2026-01, approval to utilize piggyback contract and other cooperative purchasing agreements and delegation to authorize procurements based on approval contract and agreements, OE 6.2. Can I get a motion to approve item 15U?
Move for approval.
Second.
Question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15V, adoption of resolution number 2025/2026-02, approval for disposal of surplus property, OE 7.9. Can I get a motion to approve item 15V?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Item 15A, item 15W.
Oh, boy.
Adoption of resolution number 2025/2026-03, approving delegation of authority to the Assistant Superintendent of Business Services to award emergency contract OE 8.10. Can I get a motion to approve item 15W?
So moved.
Any question?
Second.
Second. Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15X, adoption of resolution number 2025/2026-04, approval to increase federal micro purchases thresholds, OE 6.3. Can I get a motion to approve item 15X?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any question? No? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15Y, adoption resolution number 2025/2026-05, approval of delegation of purchase authority, OE 6.3. Can I get a motion to approve 15Y?
I'll move it.
The second.
Second.
Any question? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed. Item 15Z, approval of escrow agreement for security deposit in lieu of retention number C0005267E for leaseback agreement number C0005267, site and facility lease 2 for the Cathedral City High School Modernization Project, increment 2A with West Coast Air Conditioner Incorporation, OE 6.2. Can I get a motion to approve item 15Z?
Move for approval.
Second.
Question? No. Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. In this item, we will vote in one vote. Item 16, Superintendent consent item from 16A to 16I. Would anyone like to pull an item for discussion or review?
I would like to pull item 16B, approval of purchase order report for a separate vote, please.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the superintendent consent item for 16A, 16C, 16D, 16E, 16F, 16G, 16H, 16I, and 16J? Can I get a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any questions? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, can I get a motion to approve the item 16V, approval of purchases order report OE 6.2?
I'll move it.
Second.
Any comments or questions? No? Okay, please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Nay.
Aye. 4 in favor and 1 nay. Okay. Thank you. Item 17, information from 17A to 17F. The board has received and reviewed this information. Item 18, suggestion for future agenda. Do any board member have a suggestion for future agendas?
I do. We today at our meeting together talked about a Making a Difference award, community award for an outstanding person in our community that has given service to our students. And I would like to recommend, with the board's input, that Ms. Jackie Terry from our APAC committee, she's currently the vice president and was the president of the committee. So I would like to nominate her for the first award to be determined. So we put it on the agenda, or do we agree? We don't, it's not a vote. No.
Will be for next meeting or?
No, it would be for a future meeting.
future
But that would be the first person. We didn't, in August, yes.
Okay.
So I think we need 3 out of 5 of us to agree.
Well, I think we agreed to do it.
Yep.
in
And
our
I'm
study
nominating
session.
Ms. Terry.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good? I'm good. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Item 19, setting our next board meeting. Our regular board meeting, our next board meeting will be here in July 8, 2025 at 6 p.m. Item 20, debrief. Any debrief?
Thank you for all the work you did. Oh, our interpreters
Do you need to
worked
throw
really
it
hard. Did you have the interpreters?
No, debrief?
That was quite a long agenda, so I just want to say thank you for working through that, and for our interpreters and everyone out there who's providing service. Thank you guys. We know it was a long meeting, and we appreciate you guys and all your hard work. The interpreters back in the back as well.
Thank you, everyone. And item 21, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Move for approval.
Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah.
This is the longest meeting we've ever had, I think.